Good day, everybody. Hope y'all day been going well, as my day's been going well, and I hope y'all are concluding your week on a good note. And in today's video, I want to be speaking about my end of week routine, what I normally do to conclude the week, and also prepare for the upcoming trading week, right? And the scripture I'm going to use is write the vision and make it plain, right? Just have faith, have hope, what you want to see, and there's nothing that's impossible for God, right? So, in me writing the vision and making it plain, I specifically, I specifically, I write my dollar amount that I'm aiming to make. I write, you know, how much I'm looking to take out at the end of the week, so on and so forth. Even though I'm not actually making that yet, you know, I'm, my faith is, matching my work. I'm actually trading, and I'm just I'm fully conceiving, one receiving what God said, that there's nothing too hard for him, nothing impossible for him, that he can do exceedingly and abundantly above all that I ask, think, or imagine. I am convinced, right? I'm so convinced that I know he'll be able to exceed that, I even go to the point of I steward, I'm, how do I say, I'm stewarding what I would like to see, right? So if I want to pull out 5,000 a month, I'm sorry, a week, I'm going to my bank account and I'm transferring 5,000 notionally, right? But I'm actually going through the steps so that way when it's really there, when I'm really able to do it, um, I already know the motions, I already know what button to click and stuff like that, right? And not only that, I confess, with my mouth, like, that, the power, the tongue has the power to speak life and death. So I'm speaking these things into existence, right? So how do I do this exactly, right? So first and foremost, I like to look at my trades that I did for that week, right? Am I following my plan? Start rolling. Am I following my plan? Am I not following my plan? Or trades that did win, how did they play out? Trades that lost, what were my common tendencies, right? Then I just review those things, right? The asset, the screenshots, time frames, win or loss, right? I look at those things. And so this gives me clarity, like, okay, I was entering too early on my trades this week. Okay, I need to be more patient next week in the execution of my trades. And probably have a little bit more I have some more things to say in regards to that. Not only just enter a little bit late, right? And being a little more patient. But so this gives me clarity and it just helps me to focus and hone in, just to again, journaling helps me to hone on things that work and get rid of things that do not work or are essentially not making me successful overall my trading. So that's one thing. I review my trades. Number two, I actually, again, like I touched on a little bit earlier, I yeah, so I actually again I go through the motions of actually everything that I want, essentially want to see, um, as far as my tithing, as far as how much I'm putting on my trading account, as far as how much I'm investing, as far as how much I'm putting into my personal account, right, to also fund my lifestyle, right? And usually I'll read the scriptures. I have a few scriptures, again, these scriptures, are just essentially, me again speaking God's word, right? Helping me to have not my wisdom, but God's wisdom, you know. So I have Second Corinthians, I have Malachi 3, Deuteronomy. The Lord gives me to create wealth. Um, and I have another verse that says, "Faith, he was faithful over a few, can be faithful over many." Right. So I again, just speak the truth to myself, and make sure that I'm going down the right path. Sorry, not wrong path as far as how I'm going about stewarding my money, right? And I go through the motions again through my trading account, go through the motion of tithing. Again, like I said, even though I'm not physically making the exact amounts that I'm wanting to make, right? I'm still going through the motions because I'm fully convinced, taking God at His word, believing for what He said, and I'm fully convinced that I'm actually going through the motion before it's actually before it actually happened, right? Faith is constant what we hope for, and assurance of what we do not see yet. But again, I'm visualizing this in my head, right? I'm visualizing this in my head, and I'm visualizing on the screen. I'm just fully convinced, and I'm taking God at His word. I can see what He has spoken, so on and so forth. And then last but not least, again with writing the vision and making it plain, I also end all of those things with my weekly outlook, right? So this essentially, again, shows me what I want to see for the upcoming week. So that way I'm again trading with my trading plan, trading how I want to see, things I want to see, and not, just, again, focus on being a disciplined, consistently profitable and disciplined trader. So that way I can have those good results, right? So that's how I end my week, guys. Hey, nothing works but the work. Y'all stay blessed by the best, and God always. Thank y'all for watching.